So what does the 10th commandment do for us? Why would God have said, you must not covet? Don't lust after. Don't try to possess things that don't belong to you, that are not part of God's plan for you. Why be content with where you are and who you are? This is why. This is what the 10th commandment does for us. Number one, it warns us. God's issuing a warning. It's a very severe warning. And God does that. He warns us. Just like parents would turn to a child and say to a child, listen, see that fire over there? Don't stick your hand in that fire, because if you do, it's going to hurt you. God loves us. He loves you. He's warning us. He's saying, don't fall into the trap of covetousness. Number two, it equalizes us. It equalizes us. This 10th commandment equalizes us. It puts us all not on the same level economically. It doesn't put us all equal on the same level materially. What it does, it equalizes us in terms of how God sees us equally. God loves us. God loves you. The Lord loves you. You and I are fearfully, wonderfully, and uniquely made in His presence. Number three, it alleviates us. It lifts a burden from us. Now, I'm just saying this on a personal level. And I'm going to show you how I think you can do this. You need to be set free from this. This commandment here alleviates you. It will lift a burden from your heart. It'll stop you from being so besotted all the time. Folks, listen. Do you know how many dads there are who are so driven by covetousness in their work habitation that they neglect their sons and daughters? It's one reason why some of you never take a proper vacation. And I challenge you in that. Some of you today, you've got children who need you to get down there and to give them unbridled, focused attention. The reason you don't do that is because you are so coveting. Materialism. You've got to have more at any cost. And so you devalue your children. And that's horrific, isn't it? Because if you go up to most people today and say, do you devalue their children? They say, oh, are you silly? But your actions are showing it. And when you do go on vacation, you cannot put down that computer of yours. Go to the beach. I love to go to the beach during the summertime. You go to the beach, walk along a beach and see how many people, particularly dads, but not exclusively, are sitting on beaches with their gadgets. I mean, it is one person after another. And there's little children, that little girl, little boy, building sandcastles, and dad sitting there on the phone. That's what he's doing. Can't get away from those emails. Some of you people are even going to watch your kids play ball games. Go to a ball game and watch the number of parents sitting up there, working on their cell phones, sending text messages. Your kids know that you're not watching them. And you know where that comes from. It's a desire. It's just, you and I are so driven by everything else, by wanting to be everyone, by making more, by cult. I really think the Lord gave this to us to warn us and equalize us, alleviate us, but it also affirms us. The 10th commandment affirms us. Why does it affirm us? Because what God is affirming here is our individual worth. It affirms us. It holds us. It holds us intact. When I ask the Lord to remove this insatiable desire of mine to have more and to be more and to go more and to accumulate more and to accomplish more, that unhealthy desire. I'm not talking about ambition, not talking about desire, I'm not talking about dissatisfaction, I'm not talking about striving, I'm not talking about incentive, I'm not talking about doing my absolute best to improve my standard and my lot and my station in life. I'm talking about that unhealthy desire of mine, which is why so many of you come home so late, night after night after night after night. You need to draw a line in the sand. And some of you, God has blessed you so much. You are blessed. And you still never stop to smell the roses because you are so besotted about having to get more. That's coveting. And what God does is He holds us. It's time for you to draw a line in the sand and be satisfied with where you are. Actually, when you get to that point, you actually end up, I don't know how it works, but you end up getting more anyway. Doing more, accomplishing more. It's God's law. But when it's an unhealthy desire, He saps your energy. So what is the 10th commandment? It holds us. It values us because it takes us back to God's purpose for every single one of us. It focuses us on Christ. I find that you and I have to keep on saying, Lord, I just want to look, I want to be focused on you. Kind of like Peter on the Sea of Galilee, and looking around. Folks, there are sharks everywhere waiting to gobble us up.